and welcome back to Marriage or Hell Nah. Happy Wednesday out there, fellas. I know you guys are grinding away at the week, doing what we do as breadwinners. Now, on this Wednesday morning, I'm bringing you guys a deep story. Now, on Monday, I showed the young fellas on how not to take these women seriously because for the right price, she will do you dirty behind your back. Now, on Tuesday, I brought you guys a story time talking about a man who was married and then his wife did him dirty behind his back. And on this morning, I'm bringing you guys a story about a man who was married to a woman. She decided to do him dirty behind his back. And now both gentlemen no longer had a freedom. Without further ado, let's get into the story. And as always, shout out to all my day one subscribers. I really appreciate all the love. You guys don't know how much it means, especially with Susan. You know who Susan is by now, watching over our content and trying to regulate what it is that we're able to talk about. Now, if you guys want this full story, I'm probably going to put it on my locals channel to where I can be a little bit more open and honest about this full conversation. Let's go over to 13 News now for the story. Fellas, this marriage game is wicked, so I hope you guys are paying attention. Now, let me just say this real quickly. I might have to splice this video down a little bit because they might mention words that YouTube will flag.
Navy sailor is behind bars, facing several charges after admitted to shooting his wife's boyfriend 3 times. Virginia Beach police say it happened Friday on Crystalline Place near Town Center. Allison Basil dug through court documents to try and find out what really happened.
According to court documents, before his arrest, this man, 26-year-old Tyler Jenkins, said to Virginia Beach police, quote, "What am I doing wrong?" Investigators say Jenkins, a Navy sailor, is behind bars for allegedly shooting his wife's boyfriend Friday night. It all happened inside an apartment on Crystalline Place near Town Center in Virginia Beach. Is 28-year-old Timothy Talley III. Family members say he is also a Navy sailor, but he isn't stationed in Hampton Roads. Documents say Jenkins' wife told police she was engaged in a sexual act with Talley on Facebook. Several friends and family members of Talley are posting about him. Jenkins' preliminary hearing is set for May 12th.
But this is an important lesson, and we're going to be able to learn from this one, fellas. And shout out to the New York Post for bringing me this article. Unfortunately, I will not be able to show it to you guys because there are words in there that will just demonetize the whole video. So pardon me on this one, but I got to be able to bring you guys this content. A U.S. Navy sailor allegedly sent his wife's lover to the afterlife after catching the pair having sex in their Virginia home, court documents show. Tyler Lamar Jenkins, the brother was 26 years old, was charged with second degree in last Friday's fatal popping of Timothy Paul Talley III, who was 28 years old. Talley of California was popped multiple times during the domestic-related incident and was pronounced expired on the scene. Jenkins was taken into custody at his residence without incident, according to the cops. Jenkins' wife told cops he entered the room where she was engaged in a sexual act with Talley, prompting her husband to let loose on the boyfriend or the lover. Mr. Jenkins, when he spoke to the police upon apprehension, said, "What am I doing wrong?" And what he probably meant there was that, you know, he's trying to find out, yo, this is my home. We had a person invade my home and I'm trying to protect my home. So what do I do? What did I do wrong? Because as you guys know, some states have these stand your ground laws, castle doctrines, things of that nature. I'm not sure how that may apply here. But the moral to the story, what I want to tell you guys about is, bro, never put your life in danger over a woman. This is not all women. We understand that by now. But we have too many men out here throwing their freaking lives away over the actions of a woman. Now, as you can see, the brother's locked up here on the screen. But let's talk about the dude from California. Your man was fly. He was in the Navy as well. He was out here living his life. And I don't know what possessed him to decide to mess with a married woman. The only thing I know from experience is that women do not cheat in a manner to where this gentleman might have been on Instagram, or he might have just slid into her DMs or whatever, and it was like, baby, I like you, let me just come to your house and hook up. It's not the way, that's not the way it goes. So more than likely, these two had already been in contact to where she was engaging this man in a friendly manner, and then things turn physical for them. And this is the reason why I tell fellas, man, don't get involved with these married women. I know that some guys think, yo, I'm just gonna get the juicy, I'm just gonna get the buns, and I gotta do what I gotta do. But once you cross that line and you start messing with a married woman, anything can possibly happen. And the other thing is, men have got to stop doing these types of acts in another man's home. When you go into that man's house, you're gonna see pictures of him and his wife. Like, some guys out there just care about, busting that nut, and that's really what they trying to do. But once you cross that line and you go in that man's house, anything is liable to happen. And we have seen too many men throw their freaking lives away based upon foolishness like this. And we got to stop that. And fellas, let me know if I'm lying. Now, I have military friends, and a lot of my military friends try to educate me on terms such as being a Jody that we have all heard before. But the other thing too is that it's very common practice, whether you're in the Marines, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, for the married people to be the main ones hooking up. I don't understand it personally, but shout out to all of my people that serve in the armed forces. But the only thing I'm trying to say, fellas, whether you in the service, whether you're not in the service, be careful with yourself out here, man, because you only got one life to live. And now, as the end result, we have lost a 28-year-old man, and a husband has just lost his freedom. Now, the other part, fellas, I want to be able to talk about here really quickly is the fact that we do not know who this woman is. And a lot of times, the system, authorities, they protect these women, and it's shameful at this point, because what happens if this woman now can go scot-free out here in the world? Nobody knows who her name is. Nobody knows what her face is looking like. And then now she can go out here and date whoever, marry whoever, have all of this type of baggage, and no man even knows what the hell he's getting into. And I think it's shameful how they do that. They put these two men's picture all out there on the internet, but yet we have no idea who the hell she is, to help men stay the hell away from this woman. The moral to the story, gentlemen, is simply this. If you are going to make a woman your wife and walk down the aisle with her, you better make damn sure that she is the right woman for you. Because if she decides at that moment to spread her legs and let another man into her, especially in that man's house, and then that man comes home, this could easily happen to you guys. And I don't want to see that for none of you brothers out here. And this is not just about being within the culture. This applies to all men in general. You know my content. I help black men, white men, Latino men, Asian men, every type of man out here. And I even show love to good women. Because us guys know that when we marry a woman, we are really marrying a woman for exclusive access. But once she gives that access away, that shit is enough to drive a man simply crazy. Until the next time, choose wisely, fellas, because it could be your last choice. I'm out. Peace.